This is 7 News, the voice of the Central West.
Tonight, Central West businesses could benefit from international relations.
The response from farmers to the offer of drought resilience loans.
I'm Daniel Gibson. Later on this news hour, the Optus boss announces her resignation after a nationwide outage. And inside the celebrations as Australia tastes World Cup cricket glory.
7 News begins now.
Good evening. 2 years after a major international security deal was struck, our nation's defence industry is preparing to boom.
It's swinging open new markets for our local businesses and creating unexpected opportunities.
In the face of an evolving Indo-Pacific, a security pact was formed. The mission to promote a free and open region, but it will also unleash our nation's economy, possibly close to home.
AUKUS will be a jobs and technology bonanza. The opportunities will be just fantastic, and the more we can get companies in the Central West involved, the better for all of us.
Today, local organisations were invited to learn how they can take part.
Shocked at the amount of businesses in the Central West that are not involved in defence opportunities, especially with this coming in.
While the United States and the United Kingdom help Australia roll out nuclear-powered military might, there's so much more than submarines. AUKUS Pillar 2 will cover everything from cybersecurity through to the space industry.
We have companies that are doing fabrication work for the mining sector. If they can look at defence projects as an opportunity to diversify, this will be great for their workforce.
Only a few years ago, Rodney Young questioned how his Queensland electronic manufacturing business could support our nation's defence. Now, he's building hundreds of pieces of equipment alongside a multinational corporation.
Because you need certifications and qualifications to be able to do the military work, by doing this, you will end up with a much more profitable and a better organised firm.
A journey Rodney says is worth sharing as the country navigates uncharted waters.
This will be a whole-of-nation effort. It will be a whole-of-nation opportunity.
Ruben Spargo, 7 News.
A $250 million drought fund has been announced by the state government, offering up low-interest loans as the ag sector heads into dry times. But low interest or not, some farmers claim covering repayments when strapped for cash is not the solution that they want.
Low-interest loans of up to $250,000 up for grabs. The Drought Ready and Resilient Fund hoping to give farmers a financial buffer as El Nino looms. But for some, a loan's a loan.
It's very difficult at the moment with commodity prices, with taking out any loan. Repayments are all important. This is not a grant, it's going to be a loan at an interest rate.
That interest rate is 2.5%. Compared to similar loan plans, it's estimated to save farmers $40,000 over 5 years.
I would say to people that I know are apprehensive, they're very concerned about another severe drought occurring when we've only just come out of one, that state and federal governments stand ready to respond as appropriate, and that means a staged approach.
For local sheep farmer Paul Nichols, the $250 million could be used in better ways.
Every other market is subsidised, so the governments in every other country, America, Europe, all those countries, we have to compete against them.
He said even if he hit a hard spot, a loan wouldn't be his solution.
There are certain sheep that I can sell without getting rid of my breeding stock.
But with weather conditions unseasonably warm, the loan provides options for those left in the lurch.
I think this is a timely and important initiative that will allow our agricultural sector to meet the drought conditions that are already occurring.
For more info and eligibility, head to the Drought Hub on the DPI website. Charlotte Wallen, 7 News.
Orange Council is preparing to unveil new speed limits across town. The decision has received an overwhelming response from the community as safety advocates praise the incoming change.
While these signs tonight stand covered, they will soon help alert drivers to a new speed limit of 40, a move which has received overwhelming support on our streets.
You're going for around about 20, 30 kilometres an hour. You can hold that speed till the next roundabout.
It can really do 40, much more than 40 anyway, so probably won't make a great deal of difference.
The shake-up will come into effect across the entire Orange CBD as council turns our town into a high pedestrian activity area.
We're getting more and more people, lots and lots of kids, especially school time. So if it's down to 40, I think it'd be a little bit safer.
Pedestrians, busy CBD, it's a great idea.
More than 1,100 pedestrians are hit on New South Wales roads each year. A pedestrian hit by a car travelling at 50 kilometres per hour is twice as likely to die as one hit by a car travelling at 40 kilometres per hour.
We've had a number of pedestrians killed in Orange over my 18 years, and this, if they'd been hit at 40 instead of 50, they may be with us today.
Once these signs are uncovered, they will join textured and coloured asphalt around the city.
Just a reminder that they're going into a 40k zone.
The speed changes are expected to come into effect at the end of the month. Ruben Spargo, 7 News.
The reverse button has finally been hit on a controversial street upgrade in Orange. Councillors voted to undo changes made to Lord's Place South at the beginning of October after an uproar from residents and local businesses. Dining decks and bike racks, which replace car parks, have been taken away. The road will again be closed this Sunday so council can finish removing the oversized pot plants and the ground's splash of colour.
It's 5 weeks today until Christmas, which might prompt you to think about all the things you need to do. Orange City Council is wanting one of those things to be organising a Plan B.
Everyone wants to make the most of their work Christmas party, and the Orange and Combon Road Safety Program wants you to do it safely.
So leave your car at home, make a taxi your Plan B, and get home safely and be there on Christmas Day with your family.
Council has once again joined with the Orange Taxi Co-op to offer businesses the chance to win taxi vouchers for their employees looking to get home from parties. It's a collaboration which has been running for more than 10 years, delivering great results, reducing the number of drink driving crashes in Orange.
168 businesses registered last year, and that was our best ever.
The Taxi Co-op says the program is a win-win.
If we can keep people off the roads while they're drinking, it's safer for our drivers while they're on the road.
In previous years, the annual program has attracted government grant funding, but that was not available this time.
I don't know why they'd pull out of such a successful program, but they have.
Making the Taxi Co-op's willingness to supply vouchers appreciated.
Very exhilarating knowing that your community supports you and your stakeholders don't desert you.
The program has already started and businesses are encouraged to register for a chance to win taxi vouchers. Just head to the What's Your Plan B page on the Orange City Council website. Then get ready for some festive cheer.
It's a great season. Everybody's in a very good mood.
Michelle Cook, 7 News.
New figures show almost half of families aren't enrolling their kids in swim classes, believing their children are too young to benefit. But many believe the rising cost of living is also playing a role in this dangerous trend.
Swim Safer Week has returned for its 2023 season. Until Sunday, more than 1,000 swimming schools across Australia will focus on saving lives.
We want to make sure that kids understand self-preservation and how to respond to risks and dangers in the water. We set up stations and the kids move through different areas, reach rescues, throw rescues, our tactile area which includes sensations of what they might walk on underwater.
The program is timely, with research indicating that 41% of Australian children are currently not enrolled in swimming lessons, with 38% of parents believing their children are too young to learn to swim.
Drowning happens when kids experience things that they're not used to. So the more opportunity to learn to swim, the more exposure they get to potential situations.
They can get into trouble pretty quick if they can't swim. So I taught my kids when they were little.
Very important. It's a life skill, really, that all kids should learn.
As the cost of living worsens, state government funding has helped families stay afloat. The New South Wales Government launched its first lap program, offering $50 swimming vouchers for children aged between 3 to 6 years.
There is funding out there available to the schools that they can make available to families as vouchers, and that means that swimming lessons can be subsidised for people that are doing it tough.
Reiterating the importance of water safety.
Drowning's not the only thing. There's near drownings where kids are damaged for life, brain issues, lack of oxygen, spinal injuries, all sorts of things that can go wrong in water.
Rochelle Ponikovic, 7 News.
At around 3:30 this afternoon, hazmat crews swarmed Dubbo Police Station over a suspicious package. It's understood a number of the public brought the package into the station, sparking the response. Fire and rescue crews have since secured the substance and decontaminated the affected areas. Police say there is no threat to the community.
Well, Danny is here now for a look at how today's weather shaped up. And Danny, it was pretty gloomy out there today.
Actually, Nick and Maddie, a bit of cloud cover about. Hi everyone, hope you're well. That cloud cover didn't deliver much rain, just under 2 millimetres in Orange. Temperatures were pretty bearable. Young got to a top of 29 degrees, 28 in Forbes. Orange staying below that 20 mark at just 19 degrees. Light winds from the north were around 20 kilometres an hour. Cobar was one of the few to reach 30 degrees today. Nyngan got to a top of 23, just 4 degrees higher than your overnight temperatures. Now, there is some rain on the radar, even a few storms for some of you. I'll tell you where and when a little later in the bulletin, guys.
It'll be good to see the wet weather. Thanks, Danny. See you later.
Well, up next in 7 News, the official ambassador has been announced for next year's Tamworth Country Music Festival.
And Grenfell school students support others with a Christmas food drive.
And a little later on this news hour, a major shake-up for Optus as the CEO announcing her resignation. 4 people miraculously survive a high-speed crash that left their car a mangled wreck. And fresh hopes of reaching a deal to free some of the hostages kidnapped by Hamas. That's all coming up 6:30.
Welcome back. The Christmas spirit is in full swing at Grenfell Primary School, with kids donating food to disadvantaged people in the community. The annual initiative, not only a reminder of what the festive season is really all about, but also some fierce competition.
Bringing in Christmas, 1 can of beans at a time. Students at Grenfell's St Joseph's Primary School already filling up donation baskets. Some of their favourite foods from home featured.
Porridge, pasta, bolognese, and like some Nutella. I didn't bring anything yet, but I think I will next week.
The annual food drive is also a serious contest. The school's 50 students are divided into 3 colour houses, the one donating the most receiving a prize.
We've started with 3 small laundry baskets because this is the first week, but we will be expecting to need at least 3 for each house, and the goods will be spilling out.
Each week, donations will have a different theme, such as food in plastic packets, jars, boxes or bottles, something that's gotten kids thinking of those who may have less than they do.
Everyone should have joy and happiness on Christmas. Everyone deserves to have food and water, and they deserve things that they need to live by.
Like any small town in New South Wales and in Australia, we have a full spectrum within our community, so there are people who could do with this additional support.
With the cost of living crisis an ongoing headache for many, the initiative more important than ever. Charlotte Wallen, 7 News.
Former Toyota star maker winner Max Jackson has been announced as the official ambassador of Tamworth Country Music Festival, with less than 2 months until it kicks off. Organisers are hoping this decision will appeal to a younger audience. Jackson says she wants to help the next generation of Australian country music stars.
You can have just bought your first guitar and come down and play the 2 songs that you know on repeat down in Peel Street and showcase what you can do. Or you can be showing, you know, your first song that you've written or whatever it is. So I think that this festival is incredibly important.
The festival will run from the 19th until the 28th of January.
Up next in 7 News, competing for a crown is dirty work in the Orange 8-Day Games King and Queen of Sport.
And the Vipers strike as they move into the Western Women's Rugby League Open's Grand Final.
Welcome back. Vipers are now through to the Western Women's Rugby League Grand Final. After defeating Goannas in their semi-final, the Orange side will now play for the Open's Premiership.
Flanked by their juniors entering the arena for a do-or-die semi-final. Vipers wasted no time, halfback Georgie Barrett making a statement in her team's first set. Barely 10 minutes in, Goannas were down a try and a player. Vipers snaked their way to the line for their second through Georgia Lees. Despite the overlap, Goannas got one back thanks to Rebecca Smythe. Lily Baker was too much to handle down the other end as Vipers scored again. Goannas refused to go away, Smythe with another individual effort. Vipers' Rebecca Presswidge crossed over and the hosts led going into half-time. Vipers scored the first try of the second half, but Rebecca Smythe was single-handedly keeping Goannas in it with a hat-trick. Two more Goannas tries made things interesting, but Vipers snagged two of their own to put the game to bed. The match ended the same way it started for Goannas, with a sin bin and a Vipers try. Vipers punching their grand final ticket with a 42-22 win over Goannas.
It was always a goal from the start, but I think, we're all pretty thrilled that we're actually going to be there on the weekend.
Despite the loss, 2023 was a success for Goannas.
Overall happy. Can't be disheartened about that and making a semi. But no, overall good effort.
Vipers will take on Panorama in the big dance after the Platypi defeated Mudgee in their semi-final. Mac Reith-Snare, 7 News.
The Central West racing season is in full swing after multiple meetings across our region over the weekend. Boasting one of the closest finishes was race number 6 at Wellington. Puerto Rico led the field as they turned for home, but a late charge down the outside saw it pipped at the post.
Small town, Tells Tales getting a gap. Din's right down the outside, Puerto Rico in front. Din's finishing on quickly on the outside. Din is after Puerto Rico. Din, Puerto Rico, they reach the line. Din and Puerto Rico.
And it was Din who stole the win late, taking home a prize worth almost $14,000. After an incredible year wearing the green and gold, Cowra's Ellie Carpenter and Grenfell's Claire Hunt will play their final internationals of 2023 later this month. The Central West duo have been named in the Matildas 23-player squad to take on world number 10 Canada. Australia will play their Commonwealth counterparts in 2 matches, the first to be played at Victoria's Starlight Stadium on December 1. The Matildas will then jet off to Canada for the final game on December 6. Orange's Kings and Queens have kick-started this year's 8-day games. The annual event sees locals battle it out in different sporting codes in over a week's worth of competition.
Scaling walls, going up and over, crawling through tyres and wading through muddy waters. Over 50 Kings and Queens began their 8-day games campaign with the Commando course.
I think people keep coming back because it's a good fun week, but also there's a certain element of competitiveness about it. Everybody who competes tends to sort of gel together and make friends.
The 8-day games are now in their 46th year. The 2023 edition is featuring competitors both young and old.
I like to push myself, try new things. I definitely like to challenge myself as well. So I might not be that good, but I like to try new things and gives you a chance to try things you never would before.
Last year's winners are back to defend their titles, but with a strong field, it'll be a tough task.
Back of your mind, you want to do well, but for me, it's more about getting to see all your competitors again, and because for me, that lives away from here. I don't see them that often, so getting back every year and spending a whole week with them is just the best time.
The Commando course is always a great way to break the ice. Playing sport at ground level is overrated anyway.
For me, the ropes. Being short, not my strong suit.
I think consistency is just the main thing. It doesn't really matter how many events you win, it's just not coming last in a couple of events is the main thing. So just trying to stay midfield and, stay out of trouble, really.
The 8-day games run all week before the King and Queen are crowned on Saturday night. Mac Reith-Snare, 7 News.
Up next in 7 News, Danny will be back and she's got your local weather forecast. That's next.
Hello again. Time for another look of the weather. On the synoptic chart, troughs are triggering some showers and storms over parts of New South Wales. Heavy falls are likely in the east by Wednesday. A high pressure system is keeping much of the west dry for now, but by Thursday those showers should creep into much of our backyard. Taking a look at the rainfall now, and it is set to intensify over the next 8 days, anywhere between 0 and 50 millimetres across the region, as the bulk of that weather system focuses on the state's northeast. Partly cloudy on on Tuesday with a medium chance of showers, most likely in the afternoon and evening. That should be less than 4 millimetres, if anything though. Temperatures reaching the mid-20s, 29 degrees in Gubbo, Condobolin reaching to that 30 mark. Over in Parks, we're getting to a top of 28 degrees, 27 in Mudgee, and Orange a top of 23. Light winds and possibly even a thunderstorm by Wednesday. Rainfall will be light once again though. In Orange, we'll see temperatures start to drop a little bit. Gilgandra getting to a top of 29 degrees, 29 in Coonamble as well. Orange just 23 degrees, while Cowra gets to 29 and Bathurst is looking at a top of 25. Over for Thursday, showers easing a little bit, a little bit of a light breeze around 25 kilometres an hour. Our UV rating is set to spike as well though, so make sure you're extremely sun safe. 28 degrees in Cowra, 21 for Orange. Taking a look at the next 7 days across Dubbo, we should see a warm couple of days, starting with a bit of a warm mark for Thursday before showers return by the end of the week. And in Orange, similar conditions, a clear couple of days over Thursday and Friday before showers again next weekend. So keep that spare umbrella handy, guys.
Yeah, we'll need it, but good to see the rain. Great for the lawns, I think. Thanks, Danny. Have a good one. See you later.
And that is your local news for tonight. Thanks for watching. You can always catch up on our website or, of course, at 7plus.
Right now, though, Dan has your national news. Have a lovely night. We'll see you again tomorrow night from 6 o'clock. We'll see you then.